Again.
Yeah.
Right, sorry about that, guys. The camera cut off. So we might try and join this back up or something. You ain't missed nothing. I think Lisa pressed the button because, you know, anyone that met her yesterday knows she has these stupid bloody nails. You know, only good for one thing, picking your nose. That's about it. Right, as I was saying.
Go on.
Now, we had that little bit of tear out here earlier. We've got rid of that now. That, as I said, bounce. That's what's it. Nothing to do with shot. I've cut all the outside of that, okay? Well, not all of it, but quite a lot of it. Now, I have got one problem. Look, this is with the wet ash. Look, it clogs on the tool like that. It goes like plaster, okay? And that covers your bevel. Right, I've done nothing to blunt the tool because I've only cut. I haven't scraped it all. So I've done, so I know my tool's sharp. It's nothing to do with the sharpness of the tool. What it is because I've got this knot here, that's so hard as it's coming around, it's bouncing. And as it bounces on that, it causes me to do a bad cut there. Because it's sort of like a bouncing, it's so fast when it's going, it's like bounce, cut, bounce, cut, bounce, cut. And I've got another one there, knot, okay? And then I've got another knot there. And then that one is what's giving me this trouble here. And I don't know what that is there. That's where that lump of bark was. So, yeah, we've got grain going all over the place. But that there, that is what's causing me to get tear out. Nothing to do with the tool I'm using. No. It could be so many things. It can be your bevel, it can be like the angle, it can be the tool you're using, whether you've got a deep flute, whether you've got a shallow flute, whatever it is. But a lot of the time it's nothing to do with any of that, and it's a simple matter. That is what's getting me problems there, because I'm getting bounce off of that. Okay, I've got softwood and I've got very hardwood. This is all clear around here from knots. Okay, but that one there is giving me the problem because that is so hard. As soon as that comes round, bounce. So we have to stop that. How do we stop it? Oh, bloody no. No good asking me, I don't know. Right, the only way we can stop it is we have to lower our tool rest. And that is it. It is not go back and sharpen a tool. That is not going to make the slightest bit of difference, okay? We've got that to get rid of. But I'm still getting a little bit. I can feel it. It's just there. See that? Yeah. Look, if I go here, I'm off the knot. That's where it is. It's just there. It's the knot that causes the bounce, okay? It's nothing to do with the tool or its sharpness. Right, let's have a look and see if we got rid of that. It's on here. Right, it's a tiny little bit now. I've got a very tiny bit, so I'm not going with a deep cut. I've got to take it easy, but this is what's causing that problem. See, and it's got just that little line there, so we're going to get rid of it. It's got to go down, lower.
Low, 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 low.
I've got my tool rest is now sort of starting to go underneath my bowl, okay? There, see?
Go on.
It's that littlest bit is virtually disappeared. The lines have gone that were there. But that tiniest little bit, it just needs one more. One more, okay? And for that, yes, we're going that tiny bit lower. We're going to get right under there. You can see where that is. Look, see where my centre is? Right, that's that. I can just see a faintest little line there, look. Can't feel it, but I can see it. See it go? Disappeared. Right, let's have a look. And I haven't sharpened at all. Right, we've got no lines. Completely gone, look. It's all gone. Okay? You see that?
Yeah.
And that's how we get rid of it. Okay? I've shown you how it works, but I'm not telling you why it works. Because when that's copied, you can ask someone why they do it and they won't be able to tell you. Right, okay. So that's how we get rid of all that, and that's all gone. Okay. Now I'm not going to sand this because it is quite wet still. I might give it a little sand. Go on. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just a little one.
For posterity. What we got on here? No, it's not got a lot. Let's put a 180 or something on.
Show what you're using.
180. Got that one. Right, 180 grit. Bring that down a little bit lower because the dust is coming from here. Oh, smooth. That's it, guys. That's the sanding done. A little bit of 180 and 240. That's it done. We'll stop that for the noise, and we're going to have a look at it and see what we got. There, look at that. Hope you can see that. There's no tear out. We've got nothing. That's a beautiful bit of ash, that. Now, I'm not going to put any finish on it at the moment because I'm going to see what it goes like, but yeah, that's going to be a pretty deep, very deepish bowl, but I don't want it to be deep as in go in that way when I hollow it. I want to sort of come across a little bit. I'll take this out. How are we doing for time? We actually had a break in that video.
We had a break, yeah, because it, it just stopped.
It just stopped. I'm really sorry, guys.
I must have pressed the stop button. I didn't realise.
Lisa stopped it. So there we go. Because I backed that off and done it. It's, you know, it over time. If you tighten it up and you wrench it on, as soon as you make that few cuts, you'd be surprised how much pressure there is there, guys. Yeah, look at that finish on that. Beautiful, smooth there. Okay, but that's what's gave us problems, and not there. Not there. We've got that not there. And that one was causing us to get that bouncing on that and cutting into that. That's what it won't tear in the grain. It's not tear out, it's bouncing, and it's happening so fast you can't even notice that it's doing it. It bounce cut, and it's bouncing, and it's causing it to cut in, and that's what it's doing. So you've got to stop it from doing that. And as I showed you, get the tool rest down, it stops it. And that's how you can stop that from happening. So there you go, another tip of the day. Right, so let's pop this off. We'll get that on a chart and we'll see. As I said, I can't really finish this completely because it is quite wet, this bowl still. It's not wet as in throwing water at me, but it's, you know, it's wet. And look, I mean, you can tell with ash when it's very wet because it goes very pink, the shaving. We've got all these big shavings in, look at it. Lovely. I don't mind that. I let that dry a bit and then I can burn that in my fire because it's big shavings. Right, so we've got this crack still. Look, that's coming down. The crack's coming down to there. Okay, it's about 8 mil down into the piece, and that's just there. I think that's going to disappear. I've got another knot. Look, that's going to give me hell, isn't it? I've got a hollow through that. Okay, so I've got all this lovely side grain and I've got a nice chunk of end grain right there. That's going to be lovely, isn't it?
It's a challenge.
It ain't a challenge. Right, there we go. That's on that. I've got my 4-inch grip jaws on. Now, like I said, I put a dovetail on. Now that's tight. I've just got it to tight and a quarter of a turn. That is it, okay? Remember, it's not soaking wet wood, but it's still a little bit damp. I don't want to crush the fibres and pop anything off, okay? We've still got a nice heavy chunk of wood here. So once I get some of this out, then everything will come a bit better. But I don't want to bring the towel stock up at all. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll just start a bit of hollowing on it. Now I've still got my spindle gouge here. I think it's still sharp enough, so I've got a bit of crud on it there. Crud. That shouldn't hurt if I give that a little go with a wire brush. That shouldn't hurt nothing. Shouldn't take an edge off. Nah, it might come off in a minute. Right, okay, so I'm going to stay with spindle gouge at first, okay? It's been doing me proud, so it's okay. Right, where I could come up a wee fraction there. Okay, I like to be on centre, okay? I like my tool to fit. I don't cut on centre, I will cut up, but I like my tool to be on centre when I finish, when my tool is parallel like that. I'm staying with this because it's got a nice heavy handle. That handle takes every bit of vibration away. Nothing comes back to me. It gives the tool good control. The last thing I want is it to be heavy this way and not this. I want all the weight down here. Keeps the tool this way. The wood's going to do its best to pull it that way. I don't want to give it any advantages against me, okay? So that's why I do that. Right, okay. I'm going to have a quick mouthful of coffee if it's not full of shavings. It's not.
No, they all went that direction.
Right, I'm going to do it. Oh, they ain't put dinner on either, have we? Right, I'll get some of this done, guys, and then it might have to be another video because I'm starving hungry. I ain't had no dinner. And we haven't even got it in the oven yet. Right, there we go. Start it up. Now you can see the wobble on it. It's not this. It's this front, causing it to give it a bit of a wobble. So I'm going to get some of this away as quick as I can. Causing a bit of bounce there. Long bevel, look. See that bouncing, look. Look at that. Wrong bevel. That's what's causing that. Wrong bevel. Right, let's come off of that. We're going to jump onto a bowl gouge, which has got a different bevel. Still got a bit of bounce to it. But not too bad. shallowing up to the middle, because basically all I'm doing is I'm taking all this uneven wobble bit off, but I don't want to come across the front. I'd rather take it out because it's got to come out anyway. So level this up now. I'm going to take this down a little bit, because remember I've got that crack that goes down. Oh, sorry, is it covering you, darling? It'll come down a little bit because this was set for the other tool, so that's better now. I'm on centre. Now this has got a 50-degree bevel on this, so that's not a very good one for hogging it out and getting it out quick. Not that I'm in a rush to do so. I can't remember. I'm going to have a look. So I'm not sure what I've put on the other end. Right, it's been used, I know that. I think it's got about a 40 on this one, I'm not sure. 45 I reckon. I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to just see what this... Just changing the bevel, that's all it is. I'm not changing sharpness or nothing. It's all still sharp enough. I just want to change bevel and see what the bevel's like this side. Right, now again, see what I end up getting? I have to approach it a bit different. Now that's because that's got a 45 bevel on it. So that makes it that bit more aggressive to go across there. It's okay to go down it and remove the wood quicker this way. But when I come to go across, I've got to adjust it quite a bit. So I have to adjust it quite a bit to come across. It's good for going down the side. That's a 45 degree, but it's not good for going across there. Look, I've thrown shavings everywhere. Right, so yeah, difference in grind, see? That's what I say when you get trouble with something, it's not always the sharpness of the tool. A lot of the time you'll find it's the bevel. Now I'm staying shallow here. I'm staying shallow as I'm coming in, I'm shallowing up and going across. I'm leaving this thickness because I want to thin this down. And I was talking to a couple of guys at the show yesterday about that. Because a lot of people leave this cone up here, but that cone bit, anything above that, does nothing to support this. Okay? Get it out of the way, it's just in your way. But if you shallow up, then you keep your bulk there, and that stops any vibration, so I can go thin as I go down. And that's what I was doing. I'm going to take this sort of thin because I want it to, because it's wet, see? See how this gets grabby on the bottom? Gets grabby compared to the other one. It's just the bevel angle. That's all it is that causes it. See, look at that bouncing. That's the bevel. That's what's causing that bouncing. That's totally down to the wrong bevel and the fact it's getting clogged up with all that muck. But it's good for coming down on the side. It's perfect for that. See, I don't want to start getting too much of a lump there. We're doing all right down here though. So the ideal thing with this is 2 gouges if you want to do it that way. Then 45 degrees, it's between 40 and 45, does not like to go across the bottom. It loves to go down the side, it hates going across the bottom. Okay, and that's where you're better to have 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spindle gouge for a little bit on this bottom. It might seem funny, and I'm getting a little bit deep for a spindle gouge, but the spindle gouge has the grind that will let me get rid of all this.
these are bigger tools, so I'm going to be a bit low on the tool rest now. See, I'm a little bit, I've got a bit of, what's it, because I've got a short bar, because they don't make spindle gouges long enough. Yeah, so I'm having a bit of trouble holding my tool. That's all it is. But you can see how that is better going across the bottom. Why? Because of the bevel chain's got 50 degrees. Okay, 45, 50. That 5 degrees makes a big difference when you're coming across that bottom. But we've got that nice now. We're coming in because I don't want to, I want to go shallow across. I want it thin here and I want to go across. I'll probably bring the bottom down a bit. I don't want it as deep as that. I'm going to go back to my 55 on here. Or 50, whatever it is. I can't remember exactly. I know it's a bit different to that. So I'll just turn it round, go back in there. I'll leave it out a bit so I've got a bit more tool actually. That'll give me a bit more, bit easier for me. And this collet chuck I made has 3 screws because it holds a big tool. See now with a 50, see where with a 45 I have to close the flute and come across. With a 50 I can open the flute and come across. So the fibres are cutting, the 45 they're scraping. That's why it gets so bouncy. A little bit there, I reckon that's where that knot is. Right, open it. I'll open it up and that'll stop all that. Right, I want to have a look at that. See where that knot is. Yeah, look, see? It's all this knot that's giving me that trouble down here. That's because that's end grain. But we've got that nice and thin there, look. Nice and thin there. We've still got a bit of chunk in the bottom there. It's just it's taking time, that's all. Cause that's that knot there. We've got the other knot there. Okay, but that's the one, that one that's coming through here. It comes through at that sort of angle. So that's what's giving me that problem there. But we're doing all right. We've got a nice thin side here. Got to take a little clean up there. We've got a little start mark there. Right, hasn't taken long actually on this bit. Got loads of shavings. Right, let me just come back here. That's the only trouble with the ash, it goes pink on that end. I'll get that with a carbide, I think. That feels alright. There you go. See, look, that's the problem I'm getting. Is this dash where it's wet? Look, it's clogged it up. It's clogging my flute up so much. Look, can't even wire brush it off. It's solid in there. It's stuck to it. Oh, look,
It's so wet.
I can't get it off. It's stuck. Right. Anyway, we're going to finish that with a. You know the tool I'm going to use, guys. That's going to be my SC83. That's going to come in and do the finish cut on this. Don't touch it. That's that bit underneath. That's not the tool rest there. That's the underneath bit of the banjo. That should actually be all right there. Let me see. So I'm going to have to come that way, just clean that edge bit. That's the beauty of the SC83. You can go both ways. And that's a shear cut you get off of that. Right, nice and thin. Right, now we're going to go round. So again, we come on, we come back, let it drop in. Bit of bounce there off of that knot. Just there, I've got a bit of bounce off of that knot. Let me see how that, yeah, that's all right. That's set on centre. Clogging it up the same. There we go. That should be all right. Right, a little bump. I'm getting bounce. I can hear it. That's it. That's all wood shavings in there. Let's have a look at it. Nice and thin. Oh yeah, that's all right. That's nice there. Yeah, nice and thin walled. Right, okay. I think it's got some nice feathering on the bottom there. I think a little bit of sanding on that, and that'll be done. I'm going to have some dinner. We've got to cook it yet. Yeah. Might have to have something different and have me pork joint tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, okay guys. Right, okay. Well, I've got a lovely bit of bevel in there, look at that. Quite thin there on the top edge. Okay, we've got a little bit of thickness in the bottom still. I'm leaving that because I've got to take that foot and that and bring that up a little bit. It's a bit too deep on the outs for what I want.
What I wanted it to be. Oh, shavings everywhere.
I know it's everywhere.
Pink shavings everywhere. Right, okay. I'm not putting any finish on that guy because it is still quite wet actually. That's why it's going very pink on that bottom. It's still quite, and it's got a lot of pink inside it. But as you can see, that's what's giving a lot of trouble. That's what's giving all that bounce. Okay, is that I've got a knot right in the bottom. Okay, so that's what's giving that bounce. But as you can see, we deal with it by the different bevel. That's what it is. It's not nothing to do with sharp tools. Sharp tools are sharp, plenty sharp enough. As you can see, they've given a nice cut. Nothing to do with sharpness. It's to do with one thing: the bevel you're using. Okay, so there we go. We've got it nice there. It's going to have some lovely grain, but I'm going to leave that for a little bit to dry. It's not going to be a long. I'm just going to leave it for a couple of days and see how that would finish. I've turned it thin enough there, so and we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's going to be it for now, guys. And I'm going to bring that bottom up. I'm going to bring the bottom up to about there, I think. So I'll be turning that round. I'll probably hold that in the cold jaws, maybe. I don't even know why, because I probably won't keep this. But anyway, there we go, guys. Okay, so I should finish that. Not today. I'll finish that on another time because I want to leave it to see what it's going to do. Okay, I think it's going to move quite a bit. So, but that's got a very, yeah, that's what's causing all that problem is that big knot area there. Because that obviously it's end grain. We're hollowing end grain, and we're coming across it. So that's what's giving me all that bounce. Actually, it's still got a little bit of a crack there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because we've got that knot there with that pith. That's where that one that had that little spider crack.
Yeah.
It's got a little crack, look.
Yeah.
It's actually got a crack there, so. Well, there you go, guys. We just used it as a bit for demonstrating that with the bevel and stuff. Because a lot of people still having a lot of trouble with getting bevel bounce and tear out and things like that. So I just wanted to cover a little bit with that. So there we go, guys. I will see you on the next one. I'm going to go and have my dinner. It's 2:15 and dinner ain't even in yet.
Yeah.
Right. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Toodle pip.
Bye, guys.